I watched it. My team was like, we'll watch it for you if you want. I'm like, no, I actually want to see it. I want to see how it is. I really enjoyed it. It's a thriller. It's a good thriller. Keeps you on the edge of your seat. You don't know what's going to happen to this poor woman. And the acting was actually amazing, especially I thought the child actors were kind of crazy good.
Yeah, the kids were actually shockingly good. When we read the script, we were taken aback at how good the script was. So it was on what was called the Hollywood Blacklist for years. Doesn't mean that no one would produce it. It means that it was considered one of the best scripts in Hollywood that no one had yet produced. And when the option came up on it, we grabbed that because obviously it doesn't require a huge budget. We can do it pretty quickly, and it contains a lot of the values that we liked. So we were privileged to make the film, and we're really excited to bring it to people and provide a little bit of competition in at least a minor way. For dollars of people who are sick of getting slapped in the face by Netflix and Apple TV and Hulu and all the rest.
Well, this is the thing. This is why everybody out there has got to support the Daily Wire in this effort. Watch the movie, all the movies coming from the Daily Wire, because there needs to be somebody who will make more conservative-leaning films, hire more conservative-leaning actors, which right now is a death knell to your career if you're a Hollywood person. And so we always talk about creating new lanes. This is one. So people need to exercise with their money, with their wallet, although they can watch it for free. My listeners can Thursday night. But after that, you got to pay. You can subscribe to the Daily Wire and support the effort.
I definitely appreciate that. And we have all sorts of good stuff coming. We have a movie called Terror on the Prairie with Gina Carano. You remember we picked her up last year after Disney Plus canceled her for basically nothing. We picked her up, and we're doing this great Western. It looks really good. We've seen all of the outs from it, and that's going to be great. That's coming out in the next few months. And we have another movie that's going to be kind of a surprise. We have a bunch of stuff that's coming out. So we're hoping for folks to support us, because if you don't support us, then who's going to make this kind of stuff?
Right.
Because frankly, it is amazing how Hollywood is so unbelievably one-sided that when you just watch a film that doesn't overtly smack you in the face, you're like, well, that was pleasant. That's how bad it's become.
It's so true. You can't turn on your TV. You can't turn on a streaming service. You can't turn on, any sort of Apple TV or movie, whatever, without getting lectured to these days. You've got like the latest cause of the month. It's something about identity politics. Then the movie's all about wokeness, somebody's woke battle. You can't avoid it. And yet you've got shows like Yellowstone, which, they didn't start in the cities out and then grow inward. They started in the inner city and grew outward, that are crushing everything. So there's a market for this if only people would open their eyes.
There's no question. The thing that's irritating about Yellowstone is it started off as a kind of dark Western, and then it's as though they got uncomfortable with the fact that it's such a kind of congenitally right-wing show. And so they started making overt left-wing moves. I don't know if you watched the last season of Yellowstone, but
I did.
The last season of Yellowstone has Kevin Costner, who is supposed to be this grizzled rancher, billionaire rancher, who's kind of the hero of the show. And his love interest is a radical environmentalist who's getting arrested for protest. It's really quite absurd.
You have a good point. My other frustration with the series Yellowstone is they write the character played by Kelly Riley is very interesting, Beth, but she's clearly written by a man. I mean,
yes.
She's only got one sort of mode, and it's like the most crass-mouthed, toughest man ever. And this is clearly a man's version of what a tough woman looks and sounds like.
That's exactly right. The worst job in the world is being some sort of low-level wage employee working at the front desk of any business when Beth Dutton walks in. That's just the worst job in the entire world. If you're somebody's assistant, if you're like a waiter, she's just going to come in and abuse you for no reason. And it's pretty clear that Taylor Sheridan, listen, the dude's doing an amazing job in the sense that he's currently writing, I believe, 3 separate shows on TV simultaneously. And he's got 1883 going in this one, and then he's got Mayor of Easttown. All of that is to say that it's pretty obvious that with Yellowstone, he basically has about 30 minutes of material, and then he's like, what if we just have Beth yell at somebody for 30 minutes? I got nothing.
Or I'm going to show the horses.
I'm
going to show those horses again with their crazy, they run and they can stop on a dime, right? Anyway, I still enjoy it. I love it. But yeah, point taken.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm like hate-love watching it, right? I really enjoy it, but it's terrible. I mean, it's like the plot, the last season, I did a full 15-minute review of the last season on YouTube, and I got to say, the last episode of the last season is one of the most ridiculous things that has ever been committed to film. It is so silly, but it's definitely... But honestly, I'll watch, if there are cowboy hats and an occasional gun and horses, I will watch it.
Yes. And as you know, we have a place in Montana, so it's like any reason to look at that skyscape and enjoy the scenery. Yeah, I'll take it. But it does make me want to be a rancher, and I want her wardrobe. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.